Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday morning to you. I hope that your day is going well. If you're here, and you probably are only here if you just come every day. So I appreciate you very much. I've been doing this YouTube for a while, not as long as a lot of women, but for a while. I feel like longer than most people do. And my stuff is not always viral. Viral when I did freezer meals, viral for like a couple of videos, when I made huge amounts of food because I had a household full of a lot of kids. It's a lot easier to be more popular when you have a lot more going on and when you have kids in the picture, or you're doing an abundance of stuff that is just unreal, right? Like I like to watch people that make a ton of stuff because you're like, wow, that just doesn't even seem fathomable. And now I feel like my life is downsizing and I really only cook for 6 people, which is still a big number, but it doesn't feel like that, does it? So life comes in seasons, up and down. And when I started my channel here, I felt like I wanted a place that I can connect and encourage other people in their ways, because my life, even though I had a large family, I was doing lots of stuff, I still felt like I'm just a mom. I'm like not anybody, I'm just insignificant. Like just what I do is just little. I'm just at home. I mean, I stay at home most of my time. I don't go out and shop. We've done things, so I've gone out and shop. We don't go on vacations. We don't do like a lot of things that normal people would do. We don't go out on Friday nights all the time. I don't go out and do a ton of shopping. I don't go to the mall every weekend and spend things. I wear pretty much the same clothes all the time. I do buy things, but not all the time. It's just life, right? So when I show up, I wanted to show up because I wanted to be here consistently, because I feel like our society has no consistency at all in it. Too many ups and downs. When you're a person, you say you're going to be a person of your word. Most of the time you're not. And it's been not really a challenge, but for me, thinking of the world of online, I'm like, how can I still show up every day? How can I, what can I do to entertain people? And God reminded me, you're not there to entertain. You're there just to show up and to be an encouragement each day. And so I try my best. I try my best to show up every day with what I do. Some days now, my season of life, I feel like there's not a whole lot to film. Like today's Tuesday. I don't really have anything to make for food because we made it all yesterday and we still have enough leftovers. So there's really nothing for me to do today. So for myself and my life, I'm like, Tuesdays have been dedicated to doing our 52 weeks. So that's what we do on this day. So if you're new here, which you might not, you're probably older here, and that's good. It's that I wanted something to help and benefit you in your day. So this one is going to be based off my book. I got a book right here, and it's based for this whole series. You can purchase a book if you want to support what I do. Thank you for those of you that have. I'm still getting orders. I'm like, wow, that's really awesome. But if not, go watch all these videos. They're on YouTube for free. You can keep watching. We've gone through, we're on 32 weeks. We're going to have 20 more left. That's it. 20 more. That seems like a long way, but it's really not. We've gone more than half of the year, which is awesome. And it's just going through and encouraging you to clean, because our society is so fast-paced. You want what are all the methods? There's like, they call it something declutter method, the die hard method, or the death method of cleaning, I don't know, or whatever. People want to see that stuff real quick because they're quick. But for myself, I'm like, in reality, most people don't go quick, and they do, and then like 5 months later, their house has still got a lot of stuff back in it. People will go through huge decluttering videos. I watch videos, and they literally have to declutter their house. But then every week or every month, they're going back shopping over and over. They're thrifting again. They're doing this, they're doing that. And I'm like, you keep adding to the problem of having so much stuff. And we have stuff. I have 10,000 shelves right there. So I'm not saying we have to be minimal or anything, but I'm just saying the reason for your clutter is because you keep adding to your home, which I understand. I went through a cycle of that before. It's like declutter, but it's like, it's because you keep adding things in your home. So stop buying things and you won't have so much clutter. So this series has been made to say, okay, let's go through our entire home and declutter. Like your kitchen, we've done that in the beginning. It should not have much that you have to get rid of at all. Like I think I'm pretty good in my kitchen. There's been a few things where I'm like, okay, I really don't use that, take it out. But for the most part, it's been decluttered. It will get dirty. It's gonna get dirty because you've gone through it. But like living room and all the other areas that we've gone through, it's like, okay, there shouldn't be that much clutter in them because we've already gone through them. Our garage, even though today's a garage day, I'm not going in that garage. It's like 150 degrees out there and no air. And the light doesn't work very well. But like there should not be that much clutter out there. Do you know what I mean? Like you should not keep adding to your garages. And I see it. I always laugh. Brooklyn, I laugh. She's like, she's storing stuff for her, like when she moves out and stuff, and she's got containers, and she's like, where are we going to put these at? And so there is an attic, but it's so hot in the attic, I would not put in the attic. And I said, and the garage is kind of packed. We have a smaller garage. And so I'm like, well, I said, that's why. I said, look around you. I said, what do they have everywhere here? Storage facilities. everywhere. We've probably got 5 of them within a half a mile radius. Not even kidding you. Not even kidding you. And new ones going in. And I'm like, what is the number one thing that people have? Stuff. They have so much stuff. People's garages, like when people have their garage doors open, you drive by, they're packed full of boxes of stuff. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, that's what a basement has, tons of stuff. Attic has tons of stuff. And so I guess this house fits me for like what we don't have a lot of. Like we don't have a lot of, we have stuff because we have kids. We have, stuff that we use, but like storage of stuff. Like over the years, we have moved so many times over our life that I've had to get rid of stuff over and over, and I've minimalized way down to what is the most important thing to keep. I don't keep everything. I'm sorry, kids. I just don't. My mom, her house has my whole entire childhood perfectly. She has her high school stuff. They have everything because they've stayed in one house. They've kept everything. They don't get rid of things, and that's fine. That's one person, but like everything is full. Everything is full. And so for myself, we've moved so many times that I had to go, I can't take that with me. I can't take that. There's no room. Where am I going to put that? So in a way, I'm thankful because it set me up for as an adult. Maybe some kids would beg to differ. The ones that like stuff would say, yeah, I wish you would have held on to all that. It's just stuff. It's just stuff. It's just an outfit that, like, I think of different clothing. I used to keep like little baby outfits of the kids that after 20 years of being worn, you're not going to put that on your child. You may for a picture. I know my mom saved dresses for me when I was a baby. I had them, and then they were just so old that after 20 years, I'm like, are they going to really wear those? No, you got all the modern clothes you're going to be wearing. And so it's like all the things, it's like, what are you actually going to use? No, memories, those kind of things, even photos. It's like, okay, I think Let Us in Prayer episode had a picture of Pa was saying, or I don't know, one of the kids or somebody said, Pa, why don't we get a photo of our family on the wall? And he's like, for what? To remember them then? He's like, I want to live in today and remember them now. And so sure, there's things that are fun to go back and look on, and we've got videos, we've got pictures, not the access that most people have just due to life. But like I try to do journals, I try to write memories, I try to do things like that they're going to hold on to and remember. But everything else, it's kind of like, okay, what do you do? I think of all the pictures and videos we've taken over the years. It's like, okay, once in a while, maybe once every year, once every 2 years, we sit and watch them and go through them. But it's like, and sure, it's fun to look at things and find old toys, all that stuff. But in reality, it's just, you don't do anything with it. So back to stuff. So you just accumulate stuff. Stuff. That's why there's so much storage, so much stuff. So this series was created to help you weed out those things, to help rid you, because when you have stuff, it's clutter. When you go out to your garage, you can barely move, it's clutter. When you go in the closet, it gets depressing, it gets overwhelmed. There's so many people that I read that they're just like, I don't know where to start. There's so much stuff. I open up cupboards, everything's falling out. Okay, well, let's clean them out. Let's clean them out, and then let's get to the root, which is what we keep buying things. We keep filling, like, that's right. Are we buying those things to fill those things in our lives, those needs? So maybe we need to deal with those heart issues and things in our life. So all that said, that's what this day is about. So to just help you weed things out in your home, you're going to go do it a whole year. So it's not a ton you have to do. We've been doing it slow. This whole month has been our garage. I haven't done anything in our garage because our garage is already pretty much good the way it is. So like for me, it's been an easier month. But when we had our kitchen, I had a lot in my kitchen. I probably could have done that for a few weeks if I wanted to spread it out. So that is where my encouragement is to you as well. So for this month, we're doing our garage. Okay, so for our garage, we've gone through and cleaned it, or weeded out, kind of gone through. I've gone through and organized things in there. I have to do that like a lot of times because we have projects. Greg will do projects here and there, and tools get put different places because you got other people using them. So once a month or every couple months, I'll go in there and kind of straighten things. We do have storage at the very, very top, but I don't really get to that unless we're going to get something down for the holidays to decorate with. So that'll be, because that's a job. It's a job. It's a little bit more labor intense than just pulling up a camera and doing that. So wherever that time is going to be for you, you're going to get to that. And then we clean things, right? You wash the floor and wash the walls. We did that. We moved in. Our walls are cement, so it's really kind of pointless to wash those walls. So today, if you haven't already, you are going to label things for easy access and maintenance. Now, I'm not sure what that looks like for you. Our garage, that's really not something for me to do here. I think of my old garage was a lot easier. We had all of our storage bins, which we're going to be doing other areas of our house where I store things. Like here, like if you have an attic and that, I do have storage areas that I'll be doing my stuff. But in our old garage, I would store all of our containers. So I'd get a little label maker. If you don't have a label maker, get a little index card, write on it with a Sharpie, put what's in that box, and then put a big piece of packing tape on it. That works. To organize so you know where things are. Again, I'm not sure what that looks like for your place. And we also had, Greg, we were able to make our home a little bit more customized for what we wanted in our old house. And so we had a nice workbench. We had a nice shelf to store all of our bottles of, paint and cleaners and car stuff they needed. And then we had little bins for all our tools. It was just different layout, different setup. And so I feel like that one we were able to organize a little bit differently. Here, it's kind of like you got to fit where you can, and we may have to move out all around eventually, again, just based on life or what we need out there. It just depends on life. So that is what your focus is going to be today. It's just kind of labeling it if you can, or, setting up like an area like, okay, this, like I do have it labeled. We have the big giant shelf out there, and one shelf is all just like liquid stuff, oils, car cleaners, anything you need like that. I've got a place for house projects, for things that need to be done. That shelf goes for that. We have a shelf that has just all of our chargers on it. So we have all of our chargers and cords on it. So again, it's just a different setup, a different life. So you just have to do how you want to do in your home. So that's what your challenge is going to be for your garage. And maybe you're done with the garage. Maybe you're like, I'm finished. Like me, I'm finished. I'm ready to move on to something else, which we're going to next week, which is awesome because we're hitting our month number 9, which is good. So garage, you're getting it done. And then we're going to go on to our next one, and that is going to be our healthy routines. And then so last week we talked about donating to a cause. So I hope you did. I was thankful that the Lord opened up an opportunity where in my head I was like, what can I even do this one, Lord? Yeah, I can do this one. And so I was very thankful. One of those things, when you ask God for the ability to do things, like don't ask him if you don't want to do it. Ask him. He opened up opportunities where I was like, I would never even in a million years even know about that. So thankful for that. So this is going to be something different, and you're going to bake some treats this week. Is there somebody you can give some treats to, some homemade treats to? When my kids were little, we would have a baking day, and we would make a bunch of treats. We would make these. Every single week we made our homemade chocolate chip pumpkin muffins. I would make some bread, and then I always made an extra meal. I called it our hospitality meal. And so whether that was lasagna and making a double one, and then we had become good friends with one of our neighbors. And you know what we'd do? The kids and I would bundle up or walk down the road and hand over some homemade treats to our neighbors. Did they eat them? I don't know. Would you take treats from a stranger? Probably not nowadays. I even think now, I'm like, if I went to my neighbors with treats, would they have them nowadays? I don't know. Life is a little bit different, isn't it? But maybe if you've got someone that loves that homemade. I loved it when we had an older neighbor. She came over and gave us cupcakes. This is before internet. I would never think twice about not taking her cupcakes. We ate them. They were delicious. So, making some treats, and maybe it's not going to be just for your neighbor. Maybe it's going to be for someone that knows you, that knows that your food, you're clean, all that, and you can make treats for them. It just brightens their day hugely. And maybe it's a new mom and appreciating baked goods, especially when someone has a lot of little kids. Homemade muffins are a good thing because she probably can't do any homemade muffins right now in her days. And so think of someone that you can make some treats for and make them. Remember, just share them with somebody. I don't know who that is. Maybe it's my kids will take theirs to their friends at their little groups and they'll share there. I don't know who that is. Maybe you're not a really good baker, and that's quite all right too. Maybe you'll get something at the store. I don't know how that is, but it just brightens someone's day to go, wow, someone thought of me to make some extra like that. That's a beautiful thing. So baking some treats for somebody today. For your healthy routine, that's always a good thing to do, right? Just be able to jump in and do something. And it's just when you're making treats, make a little bit extra and you can pass them along. That's good. And for our emotional wellness, I'm going to encourage this hugely. I've talked about it before a little bit, but this week I want you to actually do it. And it's induce and introduce in your life a digital detox. What? You can't, Amy. I can't. I have my life in here. I know. My life is YouTube. I have to be able to do my comments. I have to be able to do things. But I don't have to go on social media and scroll. I don't have to go and look through all the videos for the day. I can download one and watch it later. Maybe that's what you'll do, but take a break. Take a break. You would be surprised if you didn't watch the news. If you don't watch the news, like there's a hurricane right now, it's still 5, 6, 7 days out. I could watch it every day, be concerned. Tomorrow it can be bad. The next day it can be really bad. But if I just wait for 2 days and then go back on, you know what? The news will be, oh, okay, hurricane. Let's go prepare and see what we got to do. Take a break. News media, president, life, wars, what's going on in other countries can make you crazy. It can make you very angry. It can make you very depressed to know what's going on. Yeah, it can. Take a break. Watching other people, watching other mamas, watching other people's homes can make you feel very covetousness, because you go, wow, I don't get to do that. Watching people shop all the time. I don't get to do that. I don't have that kind of money. I can't do those kind of things. Maybe it's okay to watch for a little bit. But sometimes when you watch that stuff over and over and over, it makes you go, yeah, that makes me just want to go shop. That makes me want to go do those kind of things. And there's nothing wrong with that, I guess, and if you have set limits to do it. But sometimes it can be so overpowering that that's like creates like who you are. Why can't I go shopping? Why can't I thrift every single month? I want to go thrifting every single month. I want to go shopping. I want to go discount store shopping every single month. I wish I could, but I can't. And so money, it costs things, it costs time. I have plenty of food. God's providing other ways, so I don't need to worry about that. So you know what do I have for me? Sometimes the hardest thing is finding to be content with where you're at in life and what it is. I know for myself, my life has switched. I feel like we moved to Florida and like life switched from doing kid stuff and working all day in the kitchen to like, okay, doing other things now. You're not as much in the kitchen. I don't need to go shopping all the time. I don't need to spend the money on those things. I don't need to go buy clothes for all the kids all the time. I don't need to go do this. I'm going to focus on other things in your life. And that mine for now is a lot of teenagers, a lot of running with teenagers, a lot of running my young adults, focusing more on that, yet still doing a video, not worrying that it's not 100 breakfast burritos. It's not huge freezer meals. It's not tons of shopping. I'm not going here and going there all the time. I am going here and going there, but not going here or going there, the things that you want to see. We're driving kids and dropping them off. That's not very exciting for you, but just different. And so I had to rest in that, go, okay, this is my life. This is where I'm at. So I can either be angry at God or doubt where God has me, or say, okay, this is where I'm at. What am I going to do with that? Embrace it. I think of Joseph a lot in the Bible. Joseph is a person that, you know what, he was just living life, right? And like his brothers threw him in a pit. Did you think he wanted to be taken and sold as a slave? Probably not. Do you think he wanted to be thrown in jail? Probably not. Do you think he wanted to have all those things? He probably could have been just angry and just given up. But you know what? I don't know what his internal feelings were. I'm sure a little bit anger and hatred and frustration. But you know what? Obviously, God moved him up to somebody pretty great there as a ruler over right next to Pharaoh. And so I think, you know what? If we just focused on what God had for us in every season, in season and out of season, and just content and happy, what would he do in our lives? And so being content, not worrying about things, not worrying about views, not worrying about money, not worrying about this, just doing what God had you to do. And that's your focus. You'd be surprised at all the beautiful things that will happen. But you gotta switch that mindset. It's hard. It's hard from going from one thing to the next and not knowing. Moving here was hard for me, an adjustment, because it was like a step away from my life to a new life. And that's always hard. That's always hard, no matter where you're at. And so and then worries, all the worries. I gotta do this, this, and this. I gotta have this. I gotta think about online. I gotta worry about this. I gotta worry about my kids. I gotta worry about myself. I gotta try to do this. I gotta do this. All these things you worry about. And then if it took me a while. Because then you get overwhelmed. You're worried. Concern. Frustrates you, depresses you, all those things. And then I finally can go now, all right, God, what do you have for me? Which sounds crazy. I've been a believer for a long time. It took me all those years to go, okay, this is where I'm at, God. What is it you have for me now? And so I've been excited because I'm finally on that path of, not finally, I listened and obeyed. Not that I wasn't listening and obeying, but finally letting go of all the worries and just going, okay, what do you have for me? That's why I've been writing lots of books and doing things. And that excites me because I love to be able to write things, help people out, give people encouragement, help them out with schooling, help things out in the kitchen, help things here and there. And I'm like, okay. And that it just works, which is a good thing. And so, but still yet being able to do what I'm doing, not as razz and pizzazz as before, but just showing up every day. Just say, hey, you're amazing. You are doing amazing. And you know what? We're going to get through this. I don't know. My day's not very exciting. I'm not doing a whole lot of anything today. I'm not even making food in my household. We're eating leftovers because there's plenty in the refrigerator. So there's no food vlog today. So don't need to clean the house. It's clean. I got a little pile of blankets there that have to be folded. But that's it, because life's easy today. So instead, I'm like, okay, I'm going to film these videos of encouragement, give you something to work towards. Pick one of those things today so that you can move forward. I was just looking down, I'm like, we're supposed to be talking about a digital detox, but it went on a tangent. Your digital detox. Anyways, yeah, that's a beautiful thing, to be able to rest and trust where you're at in your life. That's a good thing. So your digital detox, I promise you, take a break from your phone today. See if you can put it down for 3 hours. If you have to have a certain text message because you got to stay in communication with your family, keep it open for your text and only answer if it's somebody right away. If not, wait. Wait for a set time. Try that today. So whatever time it is, it's 10:30 right now. If I don't touch my phone until 3. What? I gotta watch my comments. Text message I watch because kids are in and out. But everything else, just leave it. Don't open up social media. Don't open up a video. And then, you know what, at 3, go, okay, let me check. Let me see if there's anything new. And then, you know what, wait until bedtime tonight. I've been trying to save some videos that I did see real quick and that I wanted to watch later on. And I'm like, okay, I'll save those for later instead of scrolling and watching mindless stuff, because there's a lot of mindless stuff, and that's okay. It's for our entertainment. That's what that's there for. They're making money. They're doing their thing. But if you just got away from that, how much better? It takes a little bit of like, you got to push yourself sometimes. I understand that because it's very tempting to flip it open. I have that hard time too, but you got to be able to focus on something else. So I know myself focusing on writing my books, doing that is giving me time to do something versus just, what do I do? What can I even do? I have nothing to do right now, so it's a good thing. All right, this was a chit-chatty vlog today, so short and sweet. So remember, if you want to get the book for the series 52 weeks, we've been doing a whole lot, so it supports my channel. I also have a lot of other books linked below. I've got 2 different links, one for school stuff and one for homemaking and cookbooks. Below, if you do happen to order from both and you get charged like extra shipping, I will refund that to you. There was just no way for me to list it the way I have my blog set up on one whole entire thing, so I do 2 separate ones just because it only allows me so many on each one. I don't know, I gotta step into this new world of selling books on my own here and how that works. So thank you for your support over there. Thank you for watching and showing up today. You are doing amazing. You are doing amazing, and I appreciate you very, very much for coming into my life every day and for encouraging me in my walk and what I do. So, all right, you go, have a great day. Think about it today. Get to that garage if you want, organize or have a plan for where everything is. You're gonna bake something, make some muffins, those are really good by the way, and do a detox. Can you put your phone down before 3 hours today? Can you do it? After you watch these videos, put your phone down for 4 hours and go do something else today. I believe it, you can do it. All right, have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you, bye.